Sport Talk now. Here we are at the Hard Rock Helm Festival here in sunny Prestatyn, and I'm with Lizzy Borden.
Yeah.
And you played quite late last night. How was the show for you?
Oh, it was great. It was great coming back to the UK after all this time. And last year we couldn't play because of visas problems and everything, so I promised everything to come back a year this year, and I'm mad at my word. We did it, and so we left it. A year's worth of frustrations all on the table. So it was a great show.
I don't think many fans realise you did actually make it here last year, didn't you? But quite late. You did actually get to the special
site. They let us through the border. They said if we played and they found out about it, we would be banned from the UK for 10 years.
And with YouTube these days,
absolutely.
With YouTube, they play short and curlies. You know, you did play. Maybe on YouTube.
We did everything right this year.
Yeah.
Visas, everything. Like, okay, we're doing it the right way. And so the show went off great. We almost burned the place down.
I say it's been 20 years since you've been back to the UK.
Yeah, we've been circling Europe for the last 5 years during all the festivals and doing club shows and really concentrating on touring. But every time we get close to the UK, we can't seem to get in, and so this was finally a way to get in. And so, we played London the other night and then this one, so we're back in now.
And I say this is quite a unique festival. How does this festival compare to other festivals you played at?
Outdoor festivals are so different than indoor festivals. We've done a few indoors, but they all have a different vibe. Yeah. Even the outdoor ones, but the outdoor ones kind of have something in common, but the indoor festivals are the mood is different, especially if you go on as late as we did. So you just never know what's going to happen. We present our show the same way no matter what, even no matter what. So we weren't sure exactly how it was going to go down, being that late, this and that. We saw some of the bands last year played last late, and we were wondering, oh my God, we want a better response, and we want a big response. So, but it went great, As soon as all I saw was smiles and people cutting loose and screaming and yelling, and that's what we're here for.
And the last time you played a UK festival was Reading Festival in 1987.
Yes.
What was your memories of that day?
It was just chaotic back then. It was just insane, and I just put out Visual Eyes. I don't even know if it came out before we played that festival. And the band that we did, we always played new material. So we got out there, and I remember just being a sea of people. It was our first big festival. There was like 50,000 people there. It was insane.
I was there that day. I think it was on about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And,
yeah.
And your image was a bit different then, because back then you had your face was painted silver, and mad, wild, silver hair, and big axe.
That was my character Oblivion.
Yeah.
I tear down the character and I build up a new one. So that was probably my most outrageous character. And to bring it in that farmland or whatever, it was just such a contrast. Me all in silver and that whole thing. It was great. We had a great time.
And tell us about characters, because when you're on stage, you do portray different characters. You change the mask over. Tell us more about that.
Well, it's a way to make the songs come alive. Lyrically, I write about something, whatever it is. If I write about death, I want to come out as death. If I write about whatever I write about, I kind of want to make sure it comes alive. I want to bring that level of escapism to a visual sense where people can immediately understand it. So the lyrics really kind of, it's almost like the lyrics are in a bubble above my head, so you can kind of understand it. So that's where the characters came from. If I write with a certain character in mind, then I kind of want to do that. And, a friend of mine, Rallis Khan, makes all my masks, so he was able to incorporate all my ideas into whatever mask I wanted to wear, and I can change it in a flash, which is one thing I wanted to do, because I didn't want to, I used to do full costume changes, make up everything coming back, I wanted to do it instantly, and now I can. So technology is taking me in such a great place right now where I can present the show the way that I want to present it.
And I think you made no secret of the fact that you are a big fan of Alice Cooper. How much of an inspiration has he been to you over the years?
Oh, he's been great. I mean, we opened up a few times. It's been that Reading Festival he headlined.
That's right, yeah.
So yeah, he's been great. I mean, you know, all my heroes. The first band I ever saw was Kiss. So you see Kiss and you walk around to the next band. I think it was Journey or something. I'm like, hey, why aren't they doing, you know? Then I understood what a show was and what a band that just plays music is. So I wanted to be part of this. You know? So yeah, Kiss, Cooper, David Bowie's a huge influence on me. You know, on and on and on. All the great theatrical bands. Anything that anybody that wanted to do something that was interesting on stage, I needed to do it right out.
And tell us about, you know, Lizzy Borden featured quite predominantly in the film The Decline of the Western Civilization Part 2.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
We were a fixture on the Hollywood scene. You know, I was born there, so they were looking for new up-and-coming bands, and then, you know, we were selling out every club in town, and we were getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We started to play theaters and stuff. And the director came over and she wanted us on part of the thing. So I actually worked with her I did lots of overdubs and worked with her for a lot, for I think a week or two. And it was great. That movie was it was an interesting movie.
There's a movie that people still talk about, you know.
It does, yeah, and they still play it on, you know, on TV and everything. So it's one of those things where it was a moment in time in Hollywood that just for some reason tried to capture it a certain way. I actually thought it was going to be of the way it was, as far as being like Motley Crue portrays it, you know, more exciting and more fun and debauchery, which it was. You go into the Rainbow any one of those nights, and it was just debauchery in every sense of the word. But she didn't focus on that. She focused on the struggle of a musician and how the delusional aspect of they all think they're going to be Paul Stanley, and the reality is they're all not Paul Stanley. So she focused on that. It was her kind of theme, but she didn't tell anyone. So as it went along, I kind of figured out that that's the direction she was going with the movie, which was interesting. It was an interesting take, but it wasn't the New Year's Eve celebration that I thought it was.
So, I think that's the same in England everywhere. You know, people make a TV documentary where they tell you exactly what's going on. It's part of it. I want to mimic you a little bit. Point the show to different directions. So.
Yeah, it's all in the mind of the creator, you know.
Exactly,
so you just got the mercy of it.
And you know, like Lizzy Borden's quite a long career now. What's kept you going over the years? So you had some tragedies in the band as well. What makes you keep on going?
Well, I mean, it's the art of it. You know, I love creating. You know, so I keep thinking I can write a better song, so I keep trying. You know, I love films and stuff like that too. So I dabble as a filmmaker as well. So I have that same kind of drive to be artistic in some way. So, you know, one thing leads to another. Once you build a record, you start writing songs, you build a record, and then you get convinced to put out the record, and then everybody says you should tour. So then, oh, okay, and then you start building a show, and then it just goes on and on and on. And then people get, you know, fans get so excited, and then promoters start getting excited, and then it just gets a machine that keeps going. And you know, when that machine started, like at the end of the '80s, started to die, it got less fun. You know, but now it's so exciting because there's so many young kids that have found us somehow and gravitated towards us.
Do you find like you've got a brand new audience now? It's like you just said, as the young kids now get into the old classic rock, the old classic heavy metal, rediscovering bands like Lizzy Borden.
Yeah, I mean, we are on a complete new path than we were before. I mean, we played last night, and we played the UK pretty extensively in the late '80s. You know, we circled the UK a number of times, played every club we could think of, every club, pub, whatever. But last night's performance, we probably played to probably 99% people who've never seen us.
Exactly.
So, and that's happening every festival we play. And even though we've been around for 30 years, we're still performing for the first time. So it's almost like it's a brand new situation.
Great. And your last album was Appointment with Death, came out in 2007. Can we expect another Lizzy Borden album soon?
Yeah, we're on the Death Takes a Holiday tour, and this tour started in Mexico with Megadeth, and it ends in Copenhagen, I think. And we had the 3 festivals. festivals as a big part of it. And, but we've been playing a new song throughout the whole tour. Half the time I don't even say it's a new song. It just blends right into the show. People are loving it. You know? I even say, "What do you think of the new songs?" "We played a new song." They didn't even notice. They were just so loving it. So we've been working. You write 10 songs, you throw 9 out. Write another 10. You throw. I want to make this record the best record you ever made. So
it's the right time to do it in many ways.
Yeah, you never know it's going to be the last record.
Yeah.
So I don't want my last record to be on throwaway.
And you just mentioned you played in Megadeth in Mexico. Now I imagine that must have been a crazy gig because the audiences out there are different, aren't they?
Well, we played Mexico once before, and it was one of the craziest audiences ever. I mean, it was insane. This was insane. Yeah. And it was primarily a thrash metal band. We were the only non-thrash metal band in the world. And we didn't know how we were going to get out. We were like, okay, we don't really belong here, but we always go where we don't belong. So we got on stage, they went nuts for us. Everyone said we were the best band of the whole thing. So it was one of those exciting things that we cracked that nut, and we shouldn't have been there, but it worked. We played with Slayer and Megadeth, and we played with Poison around. So we can pretty much do it.
That's one thing you can sort of do the Lizzy Borden sound and Image. Like you just mentioned, you played 2 thrash bands and then 2 glam bands, but you do have a mixture that in your look and image, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We never really joined a team.
Yeah.
We don't want to join a team. We want to do anything. I'm just as comfortable writing a piano ballad as to a fast, heavy cruncher.
Yeah.
To me, they're the same. I don't have to. I don't have to say, "Oh, my audience will only accept this." After I did Master of Disguise with the 40-piece orchestra and all that, and that became our biggest record, that's what I knew. There are no barriers. The only barriers are the ones that I put in front of me. And so I figure I can do anything I want. And that makes you accepted or not accepted on both sides of the fence. So, it's a little harder. It's easier to join a team than it is to go your own, take your own path. But, it's 30 years in now, I'm not going to change.
Exactly. Well, Lizzy Borden's been fantastic talking to you. All the best for the future. Have a great year. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.